To be
I
fair,
thought Nimmo was done for the year. I thought he got like severely hurt.
no, I guess it was some fucking little spring thing. The Edwin thing, like, is exactly what I said before too, and that's why I always love when people like are like on the boat about like ripping on people about the World Baseball Classic. It's like for someone like me, or like, and a lot of the negativity I hear isn't even about the World Baseball Classic, more to do about the timing of it, and that's why I said that too. It's like, yo,
Sheesh.
you just gave him a free, yo, and someone said it like this: they should do it before the guys get free agency. Not that I don't want to see them play, but it's not fair because it's like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, we just lost our closer now for a whole season, and he didn't even do it pitching; he did it celebrating. It was just like I love the World Baseball Classic. I had such a good time watching it the other day, especially the Japan versus America. But at the same time, like, I'm also out my closer for nothing. Like, I don't know. And
Yeah,
even if his team won the whole thing, like, it's still
But it's
like,
like,
okay,
but that's what I'm saying. Like freak accidents like that could just happen at any time. I mean, I know he got hurt celebrating, but like, if you look at the Reese Hoskins injury, like that was non-contact, like just doing regular shit, and now he's done for the year, blown ACL.
yeah, but at
Like,
least
and
like
in my opinion, I would rather my players be in the WBC instead of spring training because that's like it's intense. It's like it's the game. It's like like I'm probably gonna be betting heavily on like the players that played like on Japan, on Team USA, players like Kyle Tucker that got to work with like Ken Griffey Jr. I don't know. I get it because like Edwin Diaz got hurt for like no other reason than his country's pride, but like I get it. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm still on the side of I'd rather have my players in the WBC than spring training.
and like I said, I want them to play, but if they're gonna do it in November. So if something like this does happen, at least we have a 3 to 4 month period ahead where
you
they
can't.
can like start to actually heal on that. And the thing is too, is like even Scherzer said like he doesn't want to play on it because someone like him, he goes, I was already tired in September without that. And it's like, all right, well,
Right.
if you're retired in September without that, you're telling me like, I mean, granted he's hurt now. You guys brought it up, but Adam Wainwright, you're telling me he's not going to be tired later in September now.
Yeah.
You
But like
know,
that's the and
Well,
I like
that's
it
why
too. I
Team
this is
USA didn't
He's a
nothing.
have the pitching.
dinosaur.
Like I
but
said, this
here's
is
Yeah.
He's a
nothing to
yeah.
do
dinosaur.
with like I love the world. I like I said, I watched every inning of the last game, but I wish it was played at a different time. That's the only thing. Just a different time. Even if it was like December or something, like a Christmas like kind of weekend thing or New Year's or something like
See,
I don't
that'd be
know.
fire if they could do
Dude,
that. But
like first
I
week of January or something like
I well, I mean, if you play in November, December, or January, it's gonna be cold, so you gotta play
dome.
like
Yeah.
indoors. So that's
Yeah.
kind of like
oh they
They
you
could
did
you
bring back
play
already.
like the
warm place.
Astrodome
Independent.
for that.
But they
Yeah.
did already. That's what I actually said too. They actually played in the
I'm
Chase
high.
at Chase Field, and that was in a dome. So
Yeah,
like they're already doing it.
but
But
like
don't they already do that for the
players
Olympics?
players just got off the World
Isn't the
Series.
Olympics
They
is
just played 100. Most of those guys that are I mean, not most of the guys, but a lot of the stars who played in the World Baseball Classic played in the playoffs, so like they need some kind of rest after playing a long season and playing in the playoffs. Like, do you think Schwarber and Trey Turner are gonna play in the World Baseball Classic if it was in November after playing in the World Series? You know what I mean? So I don't. I think
But at the
one.
same time, like the longevity would be the same though. Like if you're doing it
Yeah,
from like
yeah, but here's my thing about like what you said about Schwarzer is like, okay, you said that, but
Schwarzer?
like, yeah, they wanted you to play, but you didn't play. Nobody bitched or complained that you didn't play. They just sucked it up and played without you. You know what I mean? And not saying like nobody wanted him to play, but it's like those dudes are out there playing for their countries. Like they're not out there playing. They don't give a fuck about injuries. Like even though he got injured, like him closing out that game, it was probably like the biggest moment of his entire baseball career. And you know what I
like I
mean?
said, it's,
So like I don't know. I don't think that the players would sacrifice. The players would play whenever it's gonna be, but like I feel like you go out there every day knowing there's a risk or of a freak injury or accident. Like you know what I
It's a
mean?
part of the game.
Yeah,
oh, I'm
exactly.
It's
not
the
saying
game.
I'm not
Like
saying it can't
there's
happen.
nothing
Like I said,
guaranteed.
I just wish it was at a different time because it's like, all right, now you're playing in this very important game, and now you got injured, and now you're out the entire year when we're trying to win a World Series. And at the same time, This is exactly why. First off, none of the Yankees play in it, and second off, look at the pitching staff for USA. Dude, like none of them played because none of them wanted to get injured. That's what they all said. So it's like,
Right,
dude,
and that's fair.
You know,
and
that was also
good.
I want to see them play though. Like I want to see them play.
That's the difference between the American stars and the international stars, because you saw all of the international stars come out and play.
But at the same time, they're not playing 162.
Because they're not out there.
They're not
playing
even doing.
for.
But
But
a lot of them are.
Teams.
The entire Dominican
That's the reason
Republic.
a lot of the players didn't play for USA at the beginning of when they first held it years ago.
Well, you see,
They said they just didn't want to get hurt.
Shohei's out there playing like it's the World Series, short rest, pitching.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Trey Turner
don't
too.
give a fuck. Exactly. You know,
Oh, I know, but I'm
he's out there. He's like,
But I would like to see them. But when I see like Kyle Freeland and Adam Wainwright and are our best pitchers, there's clearly a reason.
If anything, I think they should make
Kyle
the final.
Freeland is nuts.
The final should be a fucking 3-game series.
I feel the same way.
That would be a fucking.
Did you see Yadier Molina's interview about like them asking him how he thought about the World Baseball Classics and how he holds it compared to playing for the majors? He says bringing back a ring in a championship for Puerto Rico is just as important to him than him winning a ring for St. Louis in his days playing for St. Louis. I'm like,
and I get it because like at the end of the day, like you're playing
pride,
for your
it's the
country,
pride, yo.
and
Exactly.
you know people
Yeah.
like people in America
It's
they
very
don't
big.
we don't have that pride anymore. Like not all of us anyway. So like it's real.
We take it
Like,
for granted.
I mean, I'm sorry to
We
drop
take it
like
for
real
granted
shit,
as Americans.
but like
You know
Well, that's
what's-
also the reason why they should have it after the World Series because, and I like what someone said on Twitter. If everybody, because a lot of players said it's more important than the World Series. If that's the case, then
hell yeah.
having a whole season and a World Series shouldn't prevent you from playing in this. If this is more important than the World Series, you should be like,
But
I
it's
just played a whole
also-
season. I had the World
it's
Series.
also
I'm tired, I'm
like,
not gonna play if it's more important.
But it's also like what
put your money
Chris
where your
said,
mouth is.
because like if we do it at the end of the season, like honestly, I would almost guarantee you that every player that played in the playoffs isn't going to play in the WBC if it's that close
Especially
together.
pitchers.
Because like at the end of the season, like we see all these little smaller injuries all piling up, and it like basically everyone's hurt, or you know we have our healthy people, but like people are gonna be tired and ran down. I really doubt that they would play in the WBC. So like the USA roster, it would even out to where it was this year most likely. I mean, probably Mike Trout would go play because the Angels aren't ever in the fucking playoffs. But yeah,
I guess it's more of like that's why I wanted to. No, go. Yeah, definitely. My bad.
I think the worst part about it is baseball has always been coined as America's game, and we can't even get our all-stars to come out like the NBA can get their all-stars to come out for the USA basketball team. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I get it. Like, but that pitching staff was not fucking legit. Like, come on now. Like, come on. You gotta get. Come on.
I guess my question would be then to them, why didn't you play? Is it because of the season coming up? Is it because that's
I
actually
mean,
more? I'm more or less talking
but
about.
I understand why Max didn't
only
play
get 10 days in
because we've been seeing
60.
like Max Scherzer like burn out horribly at the end of like every single
Yeah.
season. Like even when we won the World Series, I know you guys remember like he couldn't pitch Game 6 because his like fucking. Like, bro, I was like, what the
His
fuck
arm was
happened?
coming
Bro,
out his ass.
the fucking report was that, like, he couldn't move his neck or his shoulder or nothing. Like, he was just done. And then all of a sudden he just came back and was good. But, like, literally at the end of every season, Max Scherzer is, like, fucking destroyed. He does not want to, like, get it so that he's destroyed in, like, fucking July. Like, if he plays in the WBC.
I feel like if you're Adam Wainwright, you walk around all these rookies and like yell at them. You're like, bro, I'm 41 and I'm pitching. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, I guess they just don't. I don't know. Like, but at the same time, I guess he's hurt now. Though, so
he's got country pride. That's what he's got. Other guys didn't have pride to play for their own country.
To be honest, and I actually thought about
Isn't that just about the pride? They don't care.
I actually wish
like,
it was
I had just
going
seen
into summer somehow. Like instead of the All
I
Star
seen a
weekend,
documentary about it.
have it like a 2-week in the summer. But I just don't. That would probably never work out. But I would love to actually see that instead. Peak
Like,
summer.
I'm a firm believer if the best American-born players played, there's nobody beating America. in my opinion. I love DR and
I
everything,
agree
like,
too.
but DR is not like how it was before.
I actually agree with that too.
Yeah, it's the same. Like, yo, even
Bro,
A-Rod. A-Rod
when
didn't want to play
Robinson
for
Cano is
DR.
your captain, though, when Robinson Cano is your captain, you know it's bad.
I mean, look at Cruz. Cruz was the GM and playing in the right field.
And they hit a fucking bomb.
I
Cano
love,
got a 99 card out of
I
that.
love us. Yo, how about fucking what I love seeing was fucking Shohei versus Trout at the end. Like, yo, and what's wild is I don't know why, but I think I put that like exact scenario in the chat. I was like, yo, he's gonna strike him out at the end, and then fucking dude.
Bro, yeah, I
I'm not-
realized that.
That's what we all wanted to see.
Like, it was
I'm
literally
not
the
saying
last
they
fucking
did
at
it on
bat.
purpose. I'm not saying they did it on purpose, but there's a part of me that was like, this is too fucking well written. Like,
But bro, like what?
It's the script.
yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
script.
It had to be the script.
And
The
dude,
script.
Trout looks so outmatched, in my opinion, bro. He
Dude.
looks silly up there. Silly.
Ohtani was
What about,
thrown with like the fucking dragons of Japan on his pitches. Like
What's the name of that 19-year-old that pitched the game before?
I told
He
you
said
guys.
103.
Japan.
I told you guys about that
I
dude.
forgot his name.
You did. You
motherfucker
Roki
nice.
Suzuki. Roki Suzuki.
Yeah.
Yeah, that motherfucker nice.
Yeah, I think
Imagine me 19 throwing 103 miles an hour. That's fucking crazy.
They were like, get him to them. He'll be next.
Bro, he's built different,
Oh
bro.
my
He's
God.
built different.
He's coming to the Sox
Monster.
too. Yo, I think him, Yoshida, and Ohtani.
And Shohei, imagine all
they're
three
all
of
just
them?
gonna go to Boston, and then I think Newbar will
Oh
probably
my
come over
fucking
too.
God.
And it'll
Bro,
just be-
I'm so excited.
I like
that we
Newbar.
drafted
We'll be
Yoshi.
like-
I actually like New Bar.
We'll be like half team Japan, and then
Hell
the other
yeah.
half team Dominican Republic. We'll be
All right.
set.
Well, you know, we just started the show with a great conversation, but, you know, welcome everybody to the Built Different podcast. This is episode 17. And yeah, you know, the WBC was nuts. We're going to dig into that in a moment. As always, I'm here with Wulfy, Not So White Chris, and Papa Devontae, the best Uber driver in New York City. Yeah, so, you know, Wulfy, why don't you lead us off with an opening take? And I feel like we're definitely going to get back to this WBC conversation because I know it's not done.
Definitely. So, and actually, some of these guys did play in the World Baseball Classic. But there's a lot of young, interesting players out in baseball right now. You guys actually saw recently Corbin Carroll just got that contract. He has the first player to get a contract with under 30 days of service time or 30 days of service time. He got 8 years, $111 million. So we're starting to see a lot of young players getting paid really, really early
Yeah.
and big contracts.
Yes, they should.
So, and I agree. So there's a few players that are actually still 25 or younger right now in baseball. Just to shout out the few that are there is Austin Riley, Vlad Jr., Bo Bichette, Luis Robert, and Acuna. Out of those 6, if you guys had to choose 2 players to build your team around, who would they be?
Repeat the
Say
players
those-
one more time?
Yeah. You know, just one.
Yeah.
Just once more. Like,
I know,
you just
I-
naming them, and I'm like,
I should have said I was coming with a
I
question.
heard Bichette, Acuna.
I'll go with
I just heard
like,
Acuna.
So it's Bichette and Vlad, 2 on Toronto. Bichette and Vlad. Riley and Acuna. Austin Riley and Acuna. Yordan Alvarez from Houston. Or Luis Robert.
Who's the second guy again?
It was Bo Bichette. So Bo Bichette, Vlad
Oh,
Jr.,
yeah, okay.
Riley Acuna.
I like Acuna and Alvarez just because I like bombs. 2 big juice power hitters. What more could you ask for? You know, there's a lot of potential in both of them. You've already seen what Yordan Alvarez has been doing, terrorizing the league, especially in the playoffs.
Damn.
Acuna got hurt.
That's good, though, Wolf. That was
But
this is a good
it's
question.
Comeback season for him, man.
You got me
I had just
stumped.
learned that Acuna retired from playing in his winter league in his country because in his at bat after he hit the home run, there were fans that were attacking his family members.
Yeah,
And they were mad about. I didn't.
they
even
take
know. I
that
was
shit
like,
seriously.
Yeah.
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 Yo, And he's like, yeah, I'm never playing for you guys.
Well,
ever again.
cause he hit that home run and like his fucking bat flip and like all the fucking taunting, like he be snapping.
Yo,
Dude, he was
that bat
playing
flip
up-
landed in America.
Damn, cause I'm trying to decide between Jordan, Cunha, and Vladdy.
I was gonna say Vladdy Jr. I feel like he's been underrated a little bit. Like, dude, he's been
There's
solid.
just still more time.
He needs just more consistency.
But even Austin
Yeah.
Riley,
Like, when he-
man.
But that's the thing, like when Vladdy is fucking hot, like when he's on his hot streaks, like his team go on a tear. But like when he's cold, it's like, you know, they win here and there. But I'm gonna go Vlad, cause I love Vlad. You know, he's Vlad Jr. and it's finally we get like a son that's just as good almost. Like finally, like, you know, like he's just amazing.
You
And
think he's just gonna stay at first?
yeah, might as well preserve the longevity. I mean, I know
I
he
feel
can
the
play,
same,
he
yeah.
can play third, but he'll stay at first, unless he like gets this ego and wants to like prove something. He'll go back to third, but and the second player is gonna be, I'm just gonna go Acuna because fuck it, I think he's the best player on that list, and yeah, that's what I got. Acuna. Papito.
I feel like Austin's underrated. Not that I'm saying like 100%
Alright.
I'd take him or anything, but like, dude, he's hitting 40 bombs, hitting about 300, good defense. Like, I have that list clearly, but I just mean like in general in baseball. Like, I feel like people don't talk about him enough for being under age 25.
Who was the last guy? Luis Robert.
Luis Robert.
Yeah, from Chicago, right?
He's got to be what? Let
I'm
me
just-
see. He must
I'm
be.
I
just
listen.
thinking- I'm just
It's the joke I go back to every single week. Like I love Robert, but he was day to day for like 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Like I
He's
with
he's
with
25.
no reason. The injury just said NA.
he was just
Not available. Nobody knew.
for 3 weeks.
He was out of Scottie Pippen. He was just away from the team. So I'm like thinking like, I mean, I think I would go with Alvarez and Acuna just because then you just have two dudes in the outfield. I mean, I don't know. I was thinking also like you could go Riley and Vlad, and then you got two corner. You got both your infielders. Like you got two very
That's what I
solid
was thinking
infielders.
too. Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. But then I was like, maybe you grab 1-1, then outfielder, and then you grab. But I think you just go for the. I think you just go for the big play. I go Acuna because he has the power of everybody else,
Yeah.
plus the base running,
And the field.
and I go Alvarez because
Oh
Alvarez has the clutch hitting in the playoffs. So I'm
Yeah.
going with those two dudes, and my outfield is just stacked, and in the center field we got fucking we got Julio. Fuck it, we're bringing on Julio Rodriguez.
Yo, Wulfy, what's your
like
choices?
So before I say that, do you guys actually happen to know out of those six who's the youngest?
Hold on.
The youngest
Fuck, you're
out of
making me
all
think
six
again.
is
Hold
Austin
on.
Riley.
No,
It's not Austin Riley.
hold on.
So it's the pitcher.
He is the youngest.
Wait,
like by
Who is
like,
who's
So I'll
the
just quick
youngest?
again.
It's not Acuna.
It was Austin Riley, Bichette, Jordan, Acuna, Vlad, and Robert. The youngest is
It's
Oh,
Vlad,
it's Vlad.
right?
Vlad, almost a full year younger than everybody else.
He's like 22.
Well, yeah. So this
23.
article came out in
Yeah.
February 22, so he must be 23 now. Damn, dude, you're getting him.
Because I know
for like
Jordan
16 more years.
Isn't
at least.
Jordan like low key like 27, 28?
It wasn't in there.
No, so at the time they were all
I
24
don't-
was the max. So the
Oh,
highest
shit.
they could be now is
Recent
25
pieces.
years old.
I don't know why I thought Jordan Alvarez was mad old. I'm
Unless
dead.
their birthday was in,
I
if
thought he
their
was like
birthday was in March,
28.
they're 25.
Me too. He's a Cuban. Why didn't come on
I
at
didn't
30?
say all that. I didn't say all that.
Wait,
No, I don't say that in any
I didn't-
any bad way or anything.
Ah, no, I didn't say all that.
He made
man.
history.
That's
The
he made
majority of them are
history.
30.
He was the
The youngest Cuban, right?
well. He
Nah,
was
He couldn't have been the youngest.
He was the only player ever to leave Cuba after the World Baseball Classic and come back. To
Yes. Yeah, that player. Yep.
You're dumb.
America. Yep.
So who were your two, Wolfie?
I'm actually at first I was gonna take a couple other guys, but I actually think I'm gonna go Jordan and Vlad, and the reason why is because, like I said, Vlad is the youngest, and he's already put up monster numbers. And Jordan is crazy in the postseason, also put up monster numbers. Plus, it's a righty-lefty combo, which is crazy. Each putting up 40.
If Jordan is healthy for a full year, man, he's gonna hit like 50 home runs, 60.
And that's
like,
the only thing that scares me about Acuna is the health already, because we've seen him miss a lot of time through health.
Yeah.
Already. That's the only.
Did you see him skating around the bases though? Like he was moving. Yeah, he was fast, like super fast. Like I think that's the fastest I've seen him in 2 years, in my opinion anyway. Acuna, the way he was running around the bases in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh yeah, he's only gonna be quicker this year.
He was out.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be his best year, like
Dude,
all around.
40-40.
He said
40,
he said he
40,
wants to steal more bases.
40-35. I'm going to say 40-35.
40-40.
Who's the third outfielder?
40-40 right here.
Yo, let's hey, this is a good time to let's pull up Fanduel and let's pick our fucking stolen base leader.
Shit.
I'm going to give you guys the top like 5 dudes.
Well,
Stolen base.
Trey Turner.
All right, Acuna's the leader, plus 500.
That's crazy.
Ruiz plus 700, Mondesi plus 750, Cedric Mullins plus 1100.
Mondesi isn't that the guy the Red Sox just got?
Yeah.
Bro, he's healthy?
I think he had like fucking.
He's not healthy yet.
No, I thought he had like.
Is that really
elbow problems
right now?
He's not healthy yet. No, Trey Turner plus 1100 and Julio Rodriguez plus 1300. Round out top 6.
I'm honestly stunned.
That's wild. You know who on us?
John Birdie's not in there at all. Bobby Witt Jr.
He's plus
How?
1500. Bobby Witt's plus 13. I'm going with fucking Anthony Volpe. I know he's he's a Yankee, but I think he's gonna steal the most bases this year. I don't know why. Plus 5,000. Good value.
Is he actually playing?
O'Neal Cruz is plus 1,200 or 12,000.
I like O'Neal Cruz. I think he'll give us
True.
30.
Bro,
for
$5 would win you 600. I'm
What?
locking that in right now.
Hey.
Fucking, I'm locking it too.
But I'm gonna make a second bet. I think I'm going with Papa Julio. I think Papa Julio is gonna do some like real amazing things this year. I think it's that's my real prediction.
He could give us 40 stolen bases with 30 dongs.
So John Birdie was the one who he led it last year, right?
Yeah,
Led the league last year.
he won't lead the league again this year. That's like the last. I'm sorry, John Birdie.
I can't
Now
believe Ruiz. I'm
Jazzy.
shocked looking at these.
You know who I honestly think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be somebody on the Blue Jays.
Dude.
I don't know why, but I think just something.
How is Corbin
just tell me.
so
Yo,
low?
imagine it ends up being fucking Miles Straw,
I mean,
Vladimir Guerrero.
Tim Anderson.
I'm honestly
He's
blown
plus
away by
20,000.
looking at these odds.
what's
Yo,
wild
if you-
is what's
If you bet on Tim Anderson, $5 will get you.
How y'all
1,000.
found that on FanDuel?
Go to MLB and then go all the way to the last category. Player specials.
Copy.
But yeah, I'm picking
Strike
Julio
up
Rodriguez.
box.
I just if he's healthy again, I think he's gonna do it. This dude, the MLB is rightfully making him a star. Like everyone's
Yeah.
putting them in the top 10 players in the league. I love it. I love that I'm a fan of this guy. His jerseys are on special order, so I have to wait like a month and a half to get this fucking jersey that I ordered. But you know what? It's worth it because it's Papa Julio, and I'm locking Julio Rodriguez as my stolen base king.
It's not a bad choice.
Justin Verlander's regular season strikeout over 183.5, under 183.
Take the under.
You're crazy? He's gonna hit 200, bro.
Nah, bro, he's gonna get hurt at some point.
He's been hitting 200 the last couple of years, like fucking nothing.
He's gonna have like a little nagging injury that takes him out for a month, and then he's just gonna come back
Yeah,
and be
true.
Verlander again, just like the last
Yeah,
like 2
true.
years in a row.
They said that Robbie Ray's gonna have 199.
Bro,
I
he's
can
gonna
see
have
that. I can see over
250.
that. Did he?
Dude,
Yeah, I feel like he could.
Wow.
He
That-
can, but
That dude, I feel like Robbie Ray this year with more like familiarity with just I don't know the city of Seattle, he'll be a lot better this year.
yeah.
And just
I
have
like how they have home run props, and number 2 is Anthony Santander. The second player is of all people. I'm like, I understand he went off, he went crazy in the World Baseball Classic, but damn,
Wait, Santander.
it's Judge.
Wait
Santander.
for the home run,
Yeah,
bro. He's not second.
fir-
What?
yeah. I mean, that's what I see here. Home run props is what I'm saying. Aaron Judge is
Yeah.
number 1.
Yeah, for here, Santander's like plus 8,500 for me, and the second person is Schwarber.
Hold on, damn,
But who do you guys think is the stolen base king?
Definitely not Asterio Ruiz. I don't even understand how he's that high. That's honestly ridiculous.
He's fast.
I don't find the stolen.
I know,
base
but
one.
and you know what it was at first? Because I was like, oh, he must be fast. He must like been at least getting stolen bases. He only played 35 at bats last year in his MLB career, and he hit 171 with an on base of 194. And like other than that, like he's having a decent spring, but it's like, how the heck is he gonna get like 50, 60 stolen bases?
I'm going
If
Tommy
he can get
Edman.
on base.
Tommy Edman?
Yeah,
That's a good choice.
Okay. He's fast.
I'm definitely going Trey Turner. I think Trey Turner's gonna. Honestly, I think Trey Turner's gonna win the MVP this year.
Edman's gonna lead off
Wow.
this year, huh?
I
Yeah,
think it'd be top 3.
He's gonna
Trey
lead off
Turner
this
yeah,
year.
MVP.
at least top 3. Yeah,
You think Edman
Nah, I want
leads
you
off
to
this year?
expand on that, Wolf. Edman? Yeah, he has to. That's like literally their only choice. Their lineup is
Because-
horrible.
They just announced that they were gonna do. I don't know the order, but they were gonna bat Arnado, Goldschmidt, then Contreras back to back to back. I think it was
Wow.
in the 3, 4, 5 slot. So yeah, I'm going Edman steal
I
bases.
think Edman's at least first or second. I'd love him as a second hitter.
Contreras actually struck out the other day because he was taking too long to get his batting gloves on. I was like, wow, that sucks.
That's so And what's the worst part about that is he's a catcher and he should be quicker to get into the bat than get in the box than anybody because he knows like or the urgency that a pitcher and he has to have now.
Exactly. Yep. No, it was silly. Definitely silly. What the hell was I talking about now?
I'm going Edman. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, Tommy Edman. Yeah, he's definitely gonna be like at least 40 stolen bases. Oh
Strike.
yes.
No,
Trey Turner.
yeah, you said Trey Turner. Yeah, Trey Turner MVP. Why do you think that?
You know what it is? I
I
think
hate the
he's gonna.
Phillies. Like, fuck the Phillies. I can't
do
just
too.
say nice things about the Phillies.
Him coming back to the
Just
NL
let a nip
East,
slip.
the World Baseball Classic, like he going off there was such a good, I think, hot start for his thing. Like he'll have a little bit more stolen bases. He had a great year, like the last couple of years. Like
You know the momentum
just-
he's gonna have right now.
Bro,
bro,
like,
you know he's
these
gonna fuck
fucking
the Mets over
douchebags,
so
bro.
bad. He's gonna come
Bro, he's
back
gonna
to
fu-
the NL
like-
East and screw us all.
I'm gonna be so fucking upset as a Nationals fan watching the fucking Nationals versus the Phillies because all these dickheads decided to get together in Philly, like Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Schwarber. Like this shit's annoying to watch.
You
I
guys-
hate it.
You guys are the new age Marlins, but with a ring.
No, we're gonna
Yeah.
be good. We're gonna be good this year. Don't worry. I mean, we already lost Cade Cavalli. You know, just fuck us. But you know, it's just that shit was so annoying. But
Yo,
Yeah.
Devontae, are you less or more excited about the Red Sox after spring training was going so well? Every game was a dub.
Yo, bro, I wish I never spoke anything about them being undefeated because I'm just here like, yeah, I was high on it. I was like, yo, I can't believe this is happening. Like, how is this even possible? And then now they have like a fucking even record. But like, I'm still hype about the season coming. I just didn't expect Chris Sale will get fucking shitted on so quickly. He gave up 6 runs in like 2 innings the other day, and I was like, goodness
Fuck it.
gracious.
It'll be okay.
fuck it.
There's actually
That's a preview of him versus the Yankees.
there's a perfect
He's-
game going on right now.
He's 89 steps closer to the mound than Strasburg is, so we can just be happy with that for now.
I like that. I'll take that.
That's what I was saying. Just another day. No one knows what's going on in the world of Steven Strasburg, bro. They just shut him down. They didn't even fucking tell us what it was for. They just shut him down.
Damn. You think
Yeah,
you think Brazier's gonna do better this year? I've always been so hopeful of Brazier because of 18.
Yo,
But like,
you
I
know
like
who's
the
having a good
lefty.
spring?
I like
Patrick
Brazier.
Corbin. The lefty Patrick Corbin is having
I
a
told
really
you.
good spring.
I told you this
Yes.
is resurgence here.
He's got us.
I said, watch.
mean,
Thomas, you know what it is?
I'm here
You
for
gotta
it.
keep talking shit
The GM
about Patrick Corbin.
The
so you
GM
can
ha-
just keep doing better.
Oh, right?
The GM had us sit down and was like, "Hey, let's talk. Let's go through our end of year evaluation. Hey, man, we don't even have to go through the stats. You did terrible. Next year, it can't get any fucking worse. So let's just look at it that way."
Literally.
I literally cut it. He
Yeah,
was like 4-19, like a fucking 7 ERA, and he pitched the whole season, and he had like 2 good starts. It was just bad.
Dude, I'm telling you
You
that
think-
pitch clock is gonna help him. He's gonna all of a sudden have a resurgence.
I hope, bro, because like just going through that season and not even like he didn't even fake an injury, because I was waiting for like the Nats to just fucking shut him down for the year, but he just pitched the whole fucking season and got shitted on. Get shitted on, like that kid. I was like, get shitted on.
So who had a worse season, him or Berrios?
Bro, if hands down Patrick Corbin, bro.
Corbin actually
Barrios
had
had
the
like
worst season.
he had like a
this year.
handful of amazing starts.
Yeah, Berrios
Fucking-
was horrible, yo.
Corbin had
I don't know
2
why anybody
starts.
thought
Just two starts where you could just say, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So it's like Chris said, it can't get any worse. So we up from here. A good spring training is good for Patrick Corbin.
Yo, Devontae, just to show you too. Yeah, Patrick Corbin broke a record last year. He had a record.
The most consecutive
It's the
losses.
first national starter to be credited. Oh, actually, no. It was a Nationals record. It was the first Nationals starter to actually get a win
Hall
on
of
July
Fame.
6th, snapping a 43-game winless streak. Congratulations, Patrick Corbin.
What the fuck?
And Patrick Corbin, at one point in the season, he was statistically in the top 8 of worst pitchers like seasons of all time. Like with
Yeah.
a whole bunch of dude from like the early 1900s, and like there was a couple of 1800s in there.
Yeah.
So you telling me Chris Davis had a better pitching performance than Patrick Corbin?
Yes.
Yes.
Albert
yeah.
Pujols,
That's
dude.
fucking crazy.
Albert
Facts.
Pujols got a whole card on the show.
Freddie Freeman too. You remember Freddie Freeman?
And fucking
Bro,
Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah, Anthony Rizzo had the knuckleball, I think.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
So one thing that I want to address though is I want to address the Montreal Expos. So like I want to know what like the fascination is, or like why people like love it. Like I get they have a cool logo, they have some cool colors, but like when I tell you they have the worst franchise of all time, and I mean the Nats continued on the tradition, so don't really roast me here. But like they had Vladimir Guerrero, they had Pedro Martinez, they had Randy Johnson, and Vladimir Guerrero.
They even had my
obviously-
father on that team.
They had Devontae's father. They had Dave Martinez at one
serious, too.
point. They had they had everybody. They had Pedro Martinez's brother. Like they literally had everybody. So like Vlad left, but like Pedro Martinez, like when I tell you some of these fucking trades, they literally are the worst franchise like in sports history. So Pedro Martinez, he wins a Cy Young with a 1.90 ERA and 13 fucking complete games and 305 strikeouts, and they basically just traded him for a bag of dicks. 1 second. Yeah, so they traded
That'd be
him.
right, though.
They traded him to the Red Sox for Carl Pavano and Tony Armas.
Yep.
And that was the best thing they did. We got David Ortiz because of that.
Right.
So,
And then, so that was after that season that Pedro Martinez had. I bet you people were very upset about that. But then Randy Johnson, who was showing, flashes of being one of the greatest pitchers ever, he struggled a little bit at first. He got traded for a bag of dicks as well. he yeah, so he gets traded to the Mariners for Mike Campbell and Mark Langston. Mark Langston, he played a half a season and did amazing, and then they traded him for a player that didn't even hit the majors. And then they had Mike Campbell, who he didn't even pitch for the Expos, so that's what happened there. And then Vladimir Guerrero, he just left in free agency, and we all know what happened when he went to the Angels. But the biggest trade that I have is a trade. It was right before the Nationals took over. Like, this was like the cherry on top of everything to tell you that they didn't deserve to be a franchise. So they traded Cliff Lee, Brandon Phillips, and Grady fucking bro. These players could have been fucking Washington Nationals, bro. Yes, these players could have been Washington Nationals. They traded Cliff Lee, Brandon Phillips, and Grady Sizemore to the fucking Indians for a half a year of Bartolo Colon and some guy named Tim Drew.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
Bartolo Colon a half a season, and they didn't even make the fucking playoffs. They didn't even make the playoffs.
That's crazy, man. That's wild.
Those players could have been Nationals, bro. We would have been good in like 2007 instead of 2012.
I don't understand like the mindset too of owning a franchise and just blowing it up. Like, why even own the team then? Don't you want to win? Don't you want to get better? Look at I don't know. Anybody else?
And you had Vlad, Pedro, Randy Johnson. You could have generated like some amazing teams, and you just didn't. But like, people have this obsession with bringing the Montreal Expos back. Like, I wish they would come back. Add another fucking Pittsburgh Pirates to the league. Fuck it. Like, it's just.
That's the thing.
It'd be good for Canada.
Yeah. Make it Vancouver.
Facts.
The Vancouver Expos.
By the way, pausing on that because I actually want to get back to that, but there is actually a perfect game going on right now, and it's Cal Quantrill for the Guardians.
Q-Trill.
Yeah, Q-Trill, Quantrill, whatever it is, but just throwing that out there.
No, I don't even.
You can watch the games?
No, well, I was looking up some of the stats, and it just happened to pop up for Patrick.
Damn,
Corbin.
they just hit a
I've been trying
grand
to watch
slam.
all these games.
Bro, the Indians are fucking absolutely snapping. They just hit a grand slam.
Is it a grand slam?
Or a 2-run homer. I don't know.
2-run homer.
The score just went up. I'm high.
You're right. You're right. Just look at that too. That's kind of funny. But no, you know what it is? I think it's one of those things where it's like they like Devontae said, another team in Canada. They see the colors. It's like, oh, we like the uniforms, but at the same time, you're right. I think it's one of those things where people forgot like who was running behind the curtains. And
like, they didn't win absolutely nothing for a reason. Like, there was a clear reason why they just won absolutely nothing.
That's kind of also why I see it with like the Tampa Bay situation when people always talk about, or even at the Oakland Athletics, where they say relocating them or bring back like the Expos. It's like, but who's taking the reins? Like, is it just some fucking nobody, or is it like who's doing it? Like, at least Steve Cohen wanted to run the Mets. At least like there's other guys around. Clearly the Padres are doing stuff, but like, I don't know. Like you said, it's be careful what you wish for.
And that's the thing. Like,
so
for everything, like the Rays and the Athletics, like with their bag of dicks that they get to spend every fucking year, they still do the best that they can. I mean, the Athletics basically threw in the towel recently, but like the Rays, for example, just consistent. At least something to just be proud of every single year with the no money that they spend. Like, what, Zach Eflin is the most expensive contract they've ever fucking handed out for a free agent? Like, well, that's crazy. It was like 3 years, $15 million. What do they? And then you realize like they really don't spend at all. It's insane.
I got a crazy proposal.
What's up?
What if we took the Oakland Athletics and turn them into the Montreal Expos?
With the Nationals,
I think they still do better than the Oakland Athletics. Or send them to fucking Las Vegas.
I've always wanted to see an expansion draft. I can't wait till we get that in whatever sport we get it in.
Actually, that reminds me, Devontae, because you brought that up. If they would ever to like the Nationals, I think it was 2 years ago. The Tampa Bay Rays front office happened to have negotiations with the city of Montreal or something, and they wanted to do this thing where they were going to split the season, and half the games
Yes,
were played.
I remember that.
And
I was hoping to see that.
Me too, dude. I think it was the Nationals that actually rejected the proposal before they could even get it to like past that stage. They didn't even get it to like where the city or wherever we're talking. But I think the Nationals.
Yeah, wow. I was actually looking forward to that.
That would have been crazy. That would have been really
That
cool.
shit would have been fun.
It was half the home games were one place, half the home games for the other place, right?
Yeah,
I would
they
actually.
were gonna split the season.
I would like to see a team in Mexico.
I like that's fire.
I think
That's so fire.
Bro, bring a team to Mexico somehow. I don't know how, but I would like to see that because that's at least within a realm of like bordering the United States, so we could at least do it travel wise. Because they always talk about the team in London. That can't happen. It's too far. But Mexico would be cool.
That's on the other side of the world. You know how
Panama.
miserable these players would be having to travel.
Oh, dude!
There should be a
Next
team
day
in
to
fucking
Imagine the
Panama.
West Coast, dude. Imagine like a West Coast team having to go to fucking UK. Oh, that would be terrible.
And then come back to New York.
Yeah, fuck
That's
that,
crazy.
It'll be all of them high off coke on the fucking plane.
dude. Shit. You
Those
got
are
it.
gonna be some exhausting ass fucking plane rides. They'd probably introduce like
Those are gonna be the craziest plane ride stories we would ever.
they'd
hear
probably
based on
make it
history.
like a longer season time wise, so that they could do like 2 days off in the middle of some of those series. But
Don't they do that with football? Don't they give the guys usually a week off who do it or something like right after? Or am I mixing that up?
no, they got a bye week. I don't know what goes into that though.
Okay.
They're crackheads over there in that sport.
Fucking
Yeah,
bullshit team. Put a team in like
Oh,
the
they-
Bahamas.
Fuck it, Panama. Like put a fucking team in fucking the North
Puerto Rico.
Pole.
Fuck
The
it.
fucking North Pole
There we go. That'd be
ice
cool.
bears.
Ice? You mean a polar bear?
The fuck?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was thinking of too as a polar bear, but I don't know. The first thing that came to mind was a fucking ice bear.
Ice bear. Because I completely agree with you. I was actually going to go along the same lines. I actually watched Japan the most out of that. And it's funny, last year I actually tried to find out if I could just play for the Nippon League or whatever, however it's pronounced. But I couldn't somehow get it because of living here, and I couldn't find. So I just had to find random streams. But I try to follow a team throughout like the whole year because their like way of baseball is like so good that like. Oh yeah, no, I didn't actually. No, some guy put it up anyway. But their
Hold
like
on,
way of
Wolf,
baseball is like
Wolf, just
so
one-
different.
Oh, sorry. Bro, it
Yo,
only
that-
it only happens to you, bro. It like
That was
it
the
like
first
cuts
time.
you off. It like
That shit
cuts-
was like times 2.
bro, like it cuts you off for a good like 10, 15 seconds, and then it does this fast forward thing where like
Oh shit!
like
I didn't
every
know
I
word
thought
you
my shit
said is
froze.
just
that. I was
mad
like, what did I
fast
say?
and-
Like,
Nah, everything you say is just.
I was like, was I talking about like streaming shit or something? Was that what that was?
Wow.
Bro, it happens to you like once every podcast. That should
That
be
was-
so fucking
Word.
funny.
I think it
That
happened.
was the first
when-
time I've seen it happen.
when
to
like
me
a
in
bunch
my-
of people are
my
here watching fucking shit and like they're using up the internet or something.
Bro,
comes
and then
again.
me and
Here
Devontae
it comes
can't.
again.
Yo, that's mad funny, yo.
Oh,
Should be
it didn't
good
come.
now. Yeah. I don't remember what the fuck I was. Oh yeah, Japan. Yeah, Japan's good.
Nah, but
But no, they're
seeing
they're
Japan
so
play
exciting.
and seeing it was amazing. Yeah, I don't even understand what the fuck they be saying, but I've enjoyed watching the Japanese games over the years. But this time around, I really want to go see a game in the Tokyo Dome. You know how great, like, I think seeing how the fans react in the Tokyo Dome. I've never seen a game like that, like in person. And I've been to a lot of like Yankees versus Red Sox, Subway Series. I've never been to a postseason game, so that But the energy they have, it looks like it's Game 7 of the World Series every fucking game.
Oh,
It was, I think a combination of that and the rallies they had too. Like a lot of their wins were like
Yo,
they rallied behind, like against what was it? I think it was against Mexico in the semifinals. Like the Yoshida hits the 2-run or 3-run home run in the 7th inning to tie the game, and then Ohtani gets on with a double in the 9th, and then somebody hits him in or gets onto first, and then somebody hits in the 2 runs to win the game. Like And then I want to say
And
that
then what?
they announced that the final game was the most watched baseball game ever, beating
Yeah.
all of and like the World
I believe
Series
it.
was this year's World Series was like behind that, which
They
was
said, I
also
think,
the most
I
watched
believe
it.
before
Crazy.
that.
I bet it was even more than the Super Bowl.
dude, they had 70 million people just in Japan watching it. 70 million. That's crazy.
Bro, yeah, they said no.
Same
The
thing with Puerto
stat,
Rico.
the stat was that in Japan, I think like it said like 95.6% of all the TVs in Japan were tuned
Yeah.
into the fucking.
Same
World
thing
Baseball
with
Classic.
DR versus PR. Those were the highest streamed games in both their countries over there, like all their years.
You know what it is too with Japan, and it kind of actually like, which is why I love watching not just the World Baseball Classic but their games in general. I also like a guy like Jeff McNeil, right? And it pisses me off when I see these guys come up and there's a fucking pitch 3 feet up in the zone, and the motherfucker hits it and he gets on base. And I'm like, why
I love
can't
it.
we do that
I
here?
love
I
that.
live for that.
I
live it.
it's like
I
every
love
time
that.
I swear to God I stand up and clap for him every time I see it.
Altuve.
Why can't we do
Altuve jumps and hits a double off the fucking wall. How?
Vlad
Yeah.
Senior.
How?
Vlad
Bro,
Senior.
how and you know what's
Oh
crazy?
no, of course, but
Like when you see like
That-
someone like Beltran,
that's in our genes.
Beltran stands there, takes a strike through. Oh, I thought it was maybe a strike, bro. These guys are fucking hitting it, and I can't even see the pitch. They're like basically chopping down, and it's a fucking hit.
I
Oh,
remember
it's
watching-
incredible baseball.
I remember watching fucking Vlad Senior hit one like at his eyes and just nail it over the fucking just out of the world. Like it just hit the moon. or
Yo,
some shit.
Vlad Senior inspired me as a kid. I have never
swing at
seen him
everything?
till this day. No. The only person to hit bombs after a pitch bounced off the floor.
Yes,
I didn't even know that was
yes,
possible
yes.
till growing up.
Yeah, he did that. I was
Dude.
gonna say
The
that.
greatest bat ball hitter.
Bro, like I just want to know like what possessed him to swing at balls like that low. Like it hit the fucking dirt. Like what possessed you to swing at that shit?
If
Like, I
you,
You know what it is? We have a game in our country that is similar to cricket. It's called plaquita. No, plaquita's with. No, it is plaquita. Yeah. So plaquita, right? You get 2 bottles. You get one here, right? And it's just the same concept as cricket. We have one person here, and on the other you have another person, and you pitching. And you have to strike out the person, or you throw one down the yak or down the cock, and you catch it. It's out. So the objective is to hit the ball, and however far the ball is, you have to count together, and you come together with 2 bats, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and whoever gets the ball back in, obviously score 4. You go back and forth until maybe like 50 fucking points, whatever. But those games in DR, they teach you how to hit the worst fucking pitches.
so you,
That's fair.
you
Maybe that's what he
you
did.
think that's why you just never got out of
Of
that
course,
mindset?
they teach us that, and then we have another one called bitilla, where we take bottle caps, and we use bottle caps for baseballs, and we just fling them shits, and you hit them with a broom. Imagine hitting a bottle cap with a broom. The hand-eye
I saw
coordination
that.
we
I saw
have,
that.
Yeah.
I
I've
just
actually
saw a
seen
video of
that one.
recently. Yeah.
it's amazing. It's amazing. It's one of the best games to play as a kid.
The first game sounds so fire. Not gonna
man.
lie.
It is.
Like I
It
kind of
is,
want to play
bro.
that game.
Bro.
Like that shit
You
sounds mad
young,
fun.
7 years old, downstairs. You know, you got some friends playing Manhunt, and you have a whole bunch of other friends playing fucking Plaquita.
Yeah, plaquita. Yeah, I was gonna try to say it, but I don't want to butcher it. But yeah, I mean, that shit was mad fun to watch because it was intense. Like, you know, you hear Mookie Betts saying like to Mark DeRosa, like, don't treat this like any, like treat it like a World Series game. Fuck everybody's feelings, and fucking
Word.
Shohei Ohtani is like, nah, don't admire the Americans. Let's beat their ass. And
I love
like
that.
it
The
was
Americans.
right,
love
like
that.
it was mad fight. Like Ohtani, like just he honestly, he was already on like a different universe already. Like as we know him, like, you know, the only guy hitting and pitching consistently and greatly. But like for whatever reason, this WBC like sent him to even like a whole nother stratosphere. Like I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the Angels go ahead and have a great year because not only Ohtani but Trout, they were some real good fucking leaders for their teams. And I think that's what they need for the
Ohtani-
Angels.
Ohtani was such an amazing leader. He showed what Aaron Judge could never be. And I hold that there.
Damn.
Our reigning MVP couldn't even play for his country. I don't like it. You got the big bag, right off into the sunset, regardless. But
having orgies in a pet house in New York City. But like Mike Trout and Ohtani, I think like this WBC is gonna help them a ton. I'm not saying the Angels are gonna go and like win a World Series or anything, but I love what they're gonna get out of that.
Of course,
because like
Ohtani, light a fire out their ass.
Ohtani's a fucking amazing leader, like electric leader. Like he's like the gladiator. Like if you go to war, you put him in that group of everyone that's gonna die first, and he comes out alive and just survives and fucking wins everything.
He's a young buck too. He's the leader of the new school.
Yeah, new school's about to be wicked. Cause did you guys see that picture? I saw it on Twitter. There's this college pitcher, and he pitches games 1 and 2 for his team because he pitches the first day left and the first day right, or the second day right.
I think one of you.
Yeah,
said
bro.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah,
that's goals.
Because they were like, it was like
goals.
It was college. They were like, here's our lineup against so and so college, and it had him twice. And I was trying to figure it out.
That.
But yeah, on one picture he's left-handed, and on the other he's right, and I was like, that's savage.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Because he was looking the other like.
That could be the future of our game.
You sent that in the chat, Chris.
Like this. He was like this, and then he was like this.
Yeah.
I hope he's the first one to do it.
Texas A&M, I think it was.
Yeah, Texas A&M something. It's like one of their branches. But that might be the future of our game, where pitchers pitch 60 starts, and it's gonna fuck up our stat book again. It's gonna be great.
But how many people are really out there that are elite?
If someone could, like,
both?
if you could figure it out, you could figure it out, because like it's gonna suck. Like you're gonna be pitching with this arm, and this arm is completely shot. Like you're gonna be feeling weird, but like it's doable.
But
I
wouldn't do it back-to-back days though. That's just crazy.
At an elite level, like at that point you got to be like, yeah, Tom throws 3 ERA with his right arm on sunny days, but on cloudy days he throws 4. But with his left hand he can throw 2 ERA on a cold day, but when it's really sunny out he throws a 5 ERA. Like what?
That's crazy.
Tom
is the first guy to strike out a pitcher in the sun, and then in less than 24 hours he fucking strikes out a guy in the rain. Like just something crazy like that.
Imagine he's your game 6 and 7 pitcher of a World Series.
That's nuts.
Fucking crazy.
That's nuts.
So fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I think the Angels are gonna.
Like what you just said, how could you do it back-to-back days though? Because that kid did whatever one you guys sent that one day. He did it back-to-back days.
They probably give him like a certain amount of pitches.
Well, I mean, it depends on how the only thing that it really affects the pitcher, like the second game, is their legs. Like if their legs are tired or not.
Yeah.
But like if their legs ain't tired, like I don't see it. I mean, like they're not using this arm at all. Like I mean, just to like hold the glove and shit. But yeah,
I can see
it's doable.
They probably got
absolutely
like 60
doable.
to 70 pitches.
It's just their legs. That's the only thing.
More as a reliever. Like a reliever could be like, 2 days in a row as a righty, and then last day come in as a lefty, or
a reliever that does that is a machine, bro.
Chris found the fucking weapon.
What about a reliever that switches gloves, like throws right, like you want to throw righty versus lefty, or you want to throw lefty versus a righty, and you can he has a fucking
There's one
double
pitcher
glove,
a
glove that just he goes like this, but then it's like this on his other hand could just move the thumb. There's an extra thumb piece. And
I was just talking about that guy.
No, there was a pitcher that did that. He was a reliever for the Athletics. He just had like a fucking left hand glove and a right hand glove, and the one that he wasn't using was just sitting on the mound with him. It wasn't like that. That was a crazy idea.
What if he started and he closed the game? You know how crazy that would be?
Dude, they made a
He gives you
rule.
6 innings. They take him out.
I don't think you could do that because like
comes
he's
in and
still,
he closes the game.
because he's
No.
still a registered like player.
Dude, they made
Like,
a
once
rule
you take
for
him
him.
out, like he's
The
Yeah.
rule.
Wouldn't that fall under the Ohtani rule?
No,
Because I know they made a whole new rule for Ohtani.
the dude's
well
name was
that's
Pat
like so that he
Venditti.
can say that
It's a
again.
hit,
Wolf?
right?
The guy's name was Pat Venditti, and they made a rule after
Yeah.
him because what happened was is that he was pitching and a switch hitter came up, so he kept switching his glove back and forth, and every time he would switch his glove, the batter would switch back and forth.
Yo,
And it went on
Yeah,
for
yeah,
like
yeah,
10
imagine
minutes.
imagine on a video game if like if the ambidextrous pitcher
Amphibian.
faced the switch hitter.
I heard that. I heard that.
I was hoping nobody fucking caught that. But like, what if like, cause like you're playing MLB The Show, and then dudes bring him in versus a switch hitter, and the game just shuts off because it doesn't know what to fucking do.
Fizzles out. And actually,
Because like that would be a crazy war, bro. Because I imagine it like the switch hitter comes in, and then you got that guy on the mound, and then the switch hitter like he stands like left, and then all of a sudden the pitcher changes his glove, so then he just walks on over to the right side of the box. So then the pitcher just puts that glove on, so he walks onto the other side of the box, and then that just goes on until they fucking settle who's gonna stand where.
Personally, I think the rule should be the opposite of what the actual rule is. The rule is that the pitcher has to signal first. I think because it's so rare, it should be the batter that has to signal first. But that's just me. Like,
Yeah.
I think the batter should choose which one he's doing, and then the pitcher can choose because of the fact it's so rare.
But I still ate it.
What the fuck was that? What was? I'm dead. But nah, the Shohei
about Super
Ohtani
Bowl
rule
popular
was
perk?
that like if a pitcher gets taken out of the game, they can still hit,
But they can't
So,
go back
like,
in as a pitcher.
but they can't go back in and pitch. No, that'd be insane. If like
That'd be
Ohtani
fucking
pitched like
crazy.
fucking 4 innings and then he came in inning 8 and 9, like that'd be crazy.
That'd be so fucking fire.
No,
What?
no, you know what would be
I
great?
would love that, bro.
You just took a
Have
2 inning rest.
I was gonna say have him start the game and say like they have like a 6-0 lead by like the 4th. And they're like, we don't need him, so they take him out.
Yeah,
But then
take
all of
him
a sudden
out.
the other team comes back and it's like 6-5 in the 9th. They're like, fuck, put him back in.
And you just see him like
He
just
closes
run
it.
right back onto the field.
Yeah.
Fucking, that'd be so.
I'd be
fucking funny.
goddamned, man.
They should just do it. Why
But
not?
speaking
Like, it's
of,
only one dude doing it.
Speaking of the rules and shit, like, what is your guys' absolute final take going into the season about the pitch clock?
Yo, quick question about the pitch clock. They didn't implement the pitch clock into the WBC, right?
don't think so.
No.
So I would just say, like, none of this makes sense. Like, how is this all working?
I think they did it on purpose. Oh, it's because they used the rule set from the year before. That's what it is. The next one will have it.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's the
Because
only-
I remember when Ohtani was facing Mike Trout, that shit was literally like 25 seconds in between.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Damn. But I like that though. Somebody has spoke about like taking off the pitch clock in the 9th inning of like a close game, so you know the
They
game
could
is
just
more
stare at
intense
each
and all
other.
that crazy shit.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
Actually.
I just see them just step out of the box 1,000 times. Just
But also,
I like
I'm
that.
gonna-
I like that. Because
Yeah.
then you
I'll-
can't
too.
the game can't be ended by like a missed
pitch clock.
pitch clock ball or strike.
Well, nah, they said they did say that umpires are gonna, like, MLB said, I think today or late last night, they said that
Yeah.
they're going to like give a little lenience to pitchers.
True.
Like they're gonna allow like little delays. But like I said, I mean, just introduce a warning system. Like if someone takes too long, like the umpire gives a public warning. Like, I'm giving a warning to Aaron Judge for not getting in the box. Next time he doesn't get in the box, it's going to be a strike. Like, just so that everyone understands where the umpire's head is at. Because, like, we're going to, like, how we get strike zones is probably how we're going to get implementation of the pitch clocks. Like, some umps are going to be mad, quick to fire the strike. Some are going to, like, give, like, long leniency. It's going to open the door to a lot of bias. A lot of umpires are going to get accused of shit, but
Did they
it's gonna be
confirm
fun.
if it's for the playoffs yet? The
I think
pitch clock
I think they're just implementing it like all around. I believe.
They should have a rule. First off, I love that ninth inning thing in a close game. That's a good idea. Or in general, I feel like they should not be allowed to end the game on the called strike 3. It should be like if there's
I like the fact that
2 outs, it should be off or something.
Same way they got rid of the man on second, the ghost runner. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they got rid of the.
For the playoffs.
They got rid of it?
No,
For the
they're
playoffs.
keep,
No.
They kept it around.
For playoffs, they don't have it.
Yeah, it's not in the playoffs.
Oh no, you can't have that in the playoffs.
No.
You
Yeah,
gotta
that's
earn
crazy.
You gotta earn your fucking base runners in the
Feels the
playoffs.
same way.
I have a
And then
feeling
in
they're
the
gonna
regular
take away the
season,
pitch
I feel
clock
like
in the playoffs.
like we're not trying
I
to have
like it for
every
the regular
game.
season though. Like,
Me too.
'cause it's just
More
let's get
exciting,
through this
more exciting.
162 game journey.
Yeah, I agree.
Playoffs is when I want to like sit down and lock in for several hours and just be a fucking like regular season. It's just like I'm not saying I want to rush
be
through,
locked
but it's just like
I'll be locked in.
Playoff.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It's a long
Yeah.
season.
like I don't mind
it's like
mind shit like that during the regular season because it's 162 games. Like we're gonna see by the end of the year
Yeah.
like who should be in the playoffs and not. So
Yeah.
The issue.
The worst is when your team doesn't compete.
Playoffs. You want like that playoff game against it was Seattle versus the Astros. Like that type of game. Like you love to see that type of game in the playoffs. But
16
you don't
innings.
need
Like
you don't need to see that in the regular season because like in the regular season it's all about consistency and like just being really consistent.
Baseball.
So,
Yeah.
it's just like
all about
It's like the
consistency,
love of
being
baseball,
really consistent.
And the Guardians.
like
The Yankees and the Guardians is a crazy game.
we don't need to fucking pitch the whole bullpen and then fuck up everything for a whole week. Like let's just fucking move on with the night and get on to the next day.
Well,
In the
yeah.
regular
you
season.
know what it was? Is that statistically, one of the reasons why they did it, and it's actually the truth, is that they didn't want to do it necessarily to speed up the game. They did it because a lot of games that actually go into extra innings because neither team can't score. So it's not like it's like a fucking 10-10 and it's usually in
Yeah.
the 10th. It's usually like a fucking 1-1 or 0-0 game because no one
Yeah.
can score.
Yeah.
So that's really why they did it.
Sure.
On top of that too, but they said like no
And
one
the
can score
Ghost
past
Runner,
that.
like, not for nothing, the Ghost Runner, it's like it's strategy. Like for me, it's just it creates another aspect of strategy because it's like, will that first dude that comes up, will he bunt him over, or like will he
mad
risk
pressure.
that, or is he
Yep.
gonna swing at?
There's
Is he gonna
a lot
be
of
like
pressure now behind that
yeah?
shit, too.
And then the pitcher is
Like,
like pitcher's walking
yeah,
on fucking
your
eggshells because now there's a
Yeah.
fucking random ass dude on second. Now it's
Your
all
margin
sweaty
for
as soon
error
as you
is
get
so
in.
much smaller.
Yeah, it's
Well,
sweaty as
bigger.
soon as you get in the
My
game.
bad.
So I mean, I don't mind it. I just don't want to see it in the
Especially you got
playoffs.
Acuna.
Yeah.
Or Mike Trout on second. Or Shohei. Imagine if they could pick who they could have as the Ghost Runner. That'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Uh,
that would be.
can't
nuts.
you just pinch run them?
Yeah, but like it's
Oh,
it's
yeah,
always
yeah,
the
yeah,
hitter
yeah,
before,
yeah.
so like you wouldn't want to take out
Mhm.
like Machado out just in case the game continues.
Actually,
Yeah.
To put Jackie Bradley.
Manny fucking Machado, man.
is there any sort of
That-
like double
honestly-
switch?
That's GOAT.
Bro, this
that you can
season's
do?
gonna be so fucking fun, bro. This season's gonna be fun. I can see it now. Like the Padres
gonna
are
be
fucking
crazy.
loaded with talent. The NL East is gonna be a fucking sweatshop all over again. The Central,
one
we
thing
don't
I'm looking
know.
forward to seeing? Fucking, so MLB was speaking about that they're gonna be more harsh and harder on pitchers, to see if they find them with substances and shit like that. So I actually want to see how the players are gonna go about it, especially like these players, regardless of anything, are always gonna find just a little bit of a loophole, whether it's Vaseline,
Bro,
if it's
the
fucking
craziest
honey,
fucking loophole
liquid
was
Viagra.
bro, Joey Gallo walking into the spring training like, yeah, no more shift, motherfuckers, and then he fucking runs into it was the Red Sox, right?
Yeah.
Yup,
Bro, and then like he just walks up against the Red Sox, and you just see like one fucking outfielder move all the way to the right. I would just shit myself, like, bro, what the fuck? Like, what do I gotta do, bro? Because that's
have
even
nothing.
worse of a shift because the whole infield is covered. Now he can't bunt to the left. He can't even.
Literally.
He has to get it over somebody's head to get it to the left side, and it's just not happening. He just doesn't know how to hit to the left side of the field.
I'm
It's
looking
just-
forward to seeing the crazy shifts that they're gonna make too, because they're gonna keep making weird ass fucking dimensions for the ships.
But Red Sox, they cracked the case. They cracked that whole case, bro. No matter what rule MLB does, someone's gonna find that loophole. And I just thought that was fucking hilarious, fucking Joey Gallo. Because I thought he was the savior of the Twins. And now I look at him as fucking regular as Joey Gallo again. That shit's mad disappointing.
Yankees Joey Gallo or the Texas Rangers Joey Gallo?
Bro, he was looking good in Texas. Yeah, he was looking good in Texas.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying he was anything good, but I had just learned recently that he had the worst 500 plate appearances as a Yankee than anybody else in their history.
That seems about right.
Yo, Michael K said that with like his whole life, and I was like, damn, I felt that, Michael K. I felt that.
Bro, because like, I didn't understand, because I don't know why people were defending. Like, people were just defending Joey Gallo. I was like, at the end of the day, man, he's just doing so bad. Like, it's horrible.
Like Chris Davis all over again.
Like, it's tough to see. But no, the Yankees weren't playing that, bro. Like, they were hiring the media to go after him. They were making this guy get the fuck out. Whether he was gonna fucking have like an anxiety attack and then not play for the rest of the year, or he was getting traded, whatever the case, or they were gonna release him. But yeah, nah.
The worst thing they did was trade him, though. You saw what happened to them.
I'm dead.
They stopped winning.
Come on now, bro.
And it's funny because it was
what the Dodgers did.
It was a good trade
for the Dodgers. Remember when he came over and he was like starting to play decent for like a tiny period of time.
Right.
He went on a little tear in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Like, damn.
But nah, I'm definitely excited for the season because, like I said, like the AL East, I feel like it's gonna be fun because like all 5 teams can win that. So it's just gonna be interesting to see who falls apart first. The Central's gonna be fun. I think this year it'll be way better. I honestly think the Royals or the Tigers could be that one team that surprises and is like 500 or some shit. And then the West, I'm not sold on the Astros being for sure the West champion because I don't know. Like I said, I like the Angels. I might lock in the Angels as a playoff team. I don't know. There's just, I feel like Trout and Ohtani, they like Trout especially finally got that leadership in them now that they're gonna definitely need this season. They're gonna lock in. I feel like they're gonna lock in and they're gonna fucking dominate.
It's the Angels,
the Mariners,
Texas?
the Rangers, the Mariners, the Rangers, the Athletics, and the Astros.
Oh, Texas is in the West, right?
Yeah. For whatever reason.
I think the Rangers are gonna have a better. I don't think they're gonna be anything crazy, but you're gonna be like, wow, they're putting on a performance. They're doing good.
That's what I'm saying.
Next year's the All-Star game, right? That's what we were talking about.
These divisions are gonna be like fucking amazing, and every team is facing every team all year long. Like, this is gonna be fucking good. The Nationals are gonna somehow make the playoffs. Don't worry about it.
All-Star game in Texas next year. What's up?
Nah, it's in Seattle this year.
No, I'm talking about next year.
Oh, next year? Yeah. Fucking, I'm down to get my yeehaw on. Get a little fucking...
You remember that shit?
Yeah, yee.
Oh my gosh.
I'm smoking on that purple yee. But who do you guys think is gonna be the MVP? Both leagues.
Shohei Ohtani.
Gun to your head.
I have this crazy. Hold on. So, after seeing what he did in the performance of the World Baseball Classic, I was saying to myself, how crazy would it be to see him be an MVP and a Cy Young candidate?
It might happen.
How would that work out? Like, are you able to even would he actually be the first? I don't know if Babe Ruth ever did that.
Bro, that's the thing that people misunderstand about Babe Ruth. Like, he was never a hitter and a pitcher like Shohei Ohtani. Like, he has like maybe one season where he was actually a hitter and a pitcher. The other times he was like a hitter and a reliever. So like what Ohtani's doing is actually like it's new. It's the first. Like like because Babe Ruth he was the first one to do it, and like he was the only one to do it like successfully for ever. But like Ohtani, he's doing it though. Like it wasn't. Yeah, because like I think Hold on, I'll look it up real quick. Because I
You're
remember
right,
I did
though.
the research because, like, I thought people were bugging when they said Ohtani was already better than Babe Ruth after 1 year. And then I saw it, I was like, wow, like,
I
that's
think
actually true as shit.
when he transitioned over to the Yankees is that he became more of a reliever. Because in the Red Sox, his first couple years he did both, and then when he got traded, I'm pretty sure he became a reliever and a hitter.
But that's the thing, like, even though he kind of technically did both, like, even on the Red Sox, he only played, like, 42 games as a hitter, like, 67 games. Like, he wasn't even Babe Ruth either. He was, like, hitting, like, 4 home runs, 2 home runs, 3 home runs.
He was just Ruth, baby Ruth.
He was John Ruth. Like, just...
What's the name of the chocolate? Something Ruths?
Baby Ruth bars. Yeah. He was just a chocolate. That's crazy. But yeah, the
He was a Baby
only
Ruth bar.
only real season that he hit and pitched, I believe, was 1919. Trying to make sure.
That number doesn't even make sense. That's crazy. Jeez.
Well, 1918 and 1919, but even 1919, he only pitched 17 games. So 1918, he pitched 20 games, and 1919, he pitched 17. And those were the first 2 seasons that he started hitting way more. But
By the way,
before that, like, he was never a hitter. He never had a full season of pitching the whole season and batting, like having
'Cause
like
it wasn't like that.
like 20 like plus starts and then also having like mad plate appearances.
He couldn't
Ohtani's
have
like
won.
legitimately the first one.
Babe Ruth could never, is what you're saying.
He couldn't have won it regardless because the Cy Young Award only happened in 1956.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I'm like, I think it was
Facts, yes,
30 something,
yes,
but it
yes.
was 50 something. Okay.
Bro, Ohtani
Well-
is gonna like he's really like we're really witnessing the best player like baseball player ever, and that's insane.
Literally. You know how crazy it would be for him? I think in his career, he's going to be able to pull it off once, where he's actually the MVP and the Cy Young at the same time. And I hope to see
mean,
it because
With
a lot of people are going to vote against it.
Nah, I don't know. Because I think he'd have media bias if he has like 2 electric seasons, even if like, you know, so you are like, for example, like when he won MVP, like he was, you know, respectable on both sides. But if he's like elite on both sides, yeah, it's gonna be hard not to vote for him.
It's crazy.
So.
Only
I just
won
don't
one
agree.
MVP.
Say that again.
I said it's crazy to think Babe Ruth only won one MVP.
Yeah,
He
that's
only won
crazy.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
1923.
this dude is over-glorified. That's it. Overrated.
Nah, bro, because
Overrated.
like,
I don't give a fuck.
bro, how
He's overrated.
he hit 60 home runs, 165 RBIs, had the most walks, and somehow the most strikeouts too. And he hit
I
three.
guess what, 69 pool?
Bro, 356.
There was a rule. That's right. You couldn't win it more than once. That's why you didn't.
What?
What?
What
Yes,
kind of rule
that's
is that?
That's right. I forgot.
Imagine
about
playing.
that.
Imagine living through that. Imagine living through that.
Babe
I'd be
Ruth would have had
fucking
so
tight.
many. Well, because they changed the
Yeah.
rule eventually because he has some top fives, you know, towards the end. But or was it like you could only get like one MVP every 10 years or something?
It said he was ineligible for the one in 1927 because he won in 23. So I would assume there's some sort of like period. I'm gonna actually quick double check that.
I would have talked so much shit. That's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, you could only win one MVPs because voters were required to select one player from each team, and player coaches and prior award winners were ineligible. You imagine being that player coach
he's
that
rolling
dropped
in his
dick.
grave
and-
right now.
Oh yeah,
He is rolling in his grave right now.
that goddamn Shohei Ohtani asshole. Fuck that guy. Yeah.
You wish he was me. Can't eat enough glizzies like I can.
The glists.
Oh, it was 1928 was the last year they did that, by the way. So it was
I agree
funny 'cause
with-
24 to 29, which was most of the time you would have won it. So
It's about to be 100 years.
Yeah.
Holy
He would have
fuck.
been like a 7-time MVP.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
95 years ago. Holy fuck.
that's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think Ohtani's like the obvious favorite for MVP. But I really like Vladdy. I think like if the Blue Jays have a sensational year and they win the AL East, which I think they will, and Vladdy's like the head of that with like 50 bombs and like 120 RBIs, I think he'd be the MVP.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I don't know, maybe Ohtani burns out because of the WBC. That's another thing I was thinking about too.
Made me consider about Rafael Devers having a chance.
Devers is gonna be nuts.
I love Devers, yo.
But he's
fucking great.
But he's fat, so like, is he gonna adjust?
He's a lot slimmer than what he's been.
Okay, so like he's gonna adjust to the hitting clock well, cause like I don't know, I feel like fat people are gonna like hate that rule. Like the fat baseball players.
I think he's actually thinner than fucking Vlad.
I think that's why Vogelbach got in shape because, like, that motherfuckers are gonna be dead by like pitch number 3 or 4. They're gonna be mad out of the back.
Be out of, I need an inhaler. Pass me my inhaler.
And that's why I love the pitch clock because it's gonna be mad intense. Like we're gonna get like strikeouts in the playoffs in like fucking like 90 seconds. It's just gonna be and you're gonna see mad people just.
Oh my god! You know
like just mad anxious.
I'm gonna enjoy seeing fucking Polar Pete just hit 90 out of first base into the dugout, come out, hit a home run, and just be gassed walking back to first to play defense.
Yo, did you see how much weight he lost?
Yeah.
He lost mad weight. I saw that picture of him.
Bro, they saw these clocks. Bro, they saw these clocks and they were like, we gotta get in fucking shape.
Bro,
that's the type of shape. That's the type of shape I'm trying to get on.
He looks sick.
He wants to steal bases. Imagine we'll go back to led the league in stolen bases this year.
Did you see the trailer that
like fucking?
Out? Did you see the Mets trailer that came out today with the Vogelbach stealing thing?
Nah.
Dude, they did like
I need to see that. That's funny.
Dude, they did like a 30-second clip where he was like on first base, like a runner, and he's like looking at second base. He's like, oh, he goes, the base is just so much bigger. He goes, I could definitely take this base now. And you just see like Buck in the dugout. He's like, oh my god, I hope he's not thinking about stealing first base. Like it was like a back. It was actually really funny. Like I really liked it.
I'm dead.
He's like, God, please.
Fuck it. But so yeah, who's your guys' MVP in the AL and the NL? I got Vladdy Jr. for the AL, and I think the NL. I'm going with Juan Soto. I feel like Juan Soto with all those hitters around him, he's about to be nasty. He's gonna get he might get Barry Bonds treatment with the walks.
I hope so.
Fernando Tatis can't win it, right? Because of his half a year suspension.
Nah, he only has like 20 games.
50 games.
It's only like 20 games. Yeah.
I think Trey.
Do you still qualify? I think you need like what is it, like 200-300 innings, some shit like that.
I think you qualify after like 100. It ends up being like 100 games, 110 games. Yeah.
Judge.
Yeah, Trey.
Fernando Tatis.
Ooh.
Tatis.
Okay. Damn.
So you got Ohtani and Tatis?
I got Tatis only because like he has to show up now. Like he has to be him. If he's not him this year, it's just like you did steroids and you just fell off the world and you're just trying to write this contract.
I mean, realistically, he can have his buddies carry him to the World Series, and he can hit like 200 and
Machado,
do bad. And
Xander, oh my god!
True.
Imagine they didn't even make the playoffs.
Bro, Machado could win MVP too because he has the defense as well.
I think he's going to be in the top 3. To be honest,
he finished second last year.
Machado.
Yeah, I think he was second. Not because
the only other thing I think it was
pretty sure
Arenado was up there.
He was the third one, wasn't he?
Who was
I know it was Goldschmidt. Because Machado was like 298 with like 40 bombs or something.
Was Trey up there? I can't remember now. I'm drawing a blank on someone I know. Austin Riley.
Yeah,
I don't
just
know.
missing the one person. Nah, it's not. It wasn't Riley.
I think Julio.
I think he's probably like top 5, top 10.
Yeah, he finished second.
Okay.
It's 5.
Who was third? Do you have it there?
Arenado, yeah.
Bro,
it was Arenado.
Yes.
Dude, I had both of them on my fantasy team last year, and it was like the best fucking thing in the world.
I had Goldschmidt.
Yeah. So
I think
Devontae, you got Ohtani and Tatis. Who do you got, Chris?
I got Ohtani and Acuna.
Acuna Matata.
Acuna Matata.
What a wonderful day. I think, I mean, if Acuna could be healthy the whole year, I think he can do it. But that guy got to stay out his head, too.
He's going
That's a
50,
big thing.
40 this year. 50 and
50
40.
and 40?
40-40. 40-40. 40-40.
50 and 40.
I like 50-40. That's fine. No, I'm saying I'm calling 40-40 from him. I like 50-40. That'd be fucking fine.
55 and 55.
Imagine.
It's a 70 and 70.
If they're
Fuck
giving-
it.
If they got the Aaron Judge if they got the Aaron Judge baseballs, he could go 50 for 50.
Imagine the Braves. Imagine the Braves got the baseballs that the Yankees got.
Gosh, you guys had to do it.
Yeah, they're just saying Aaron Judge's.
Yeah. Yeah, they got them.
The golden eggs.
Oh, the
golden eggs.
The Aaron Judges. That's funny. The Aaron Judges. I like that. Yeah, that's all they need. They just need like that for a month or so. Be alright.
Oh, I'm seeing
But,
if they got the
Dude,
prop
Thomas
for it.
Paul was like, yo, did he freeze?
Yeah.
People had.
Who's mad low?
Trying to see
I
if they
like
got
all
a
the
prop
collection
for
of hats you
MVP.
have, Wolf.
Oh, thank you, sir. I was gonna
Wolf
get
got
the
like
Rockies
18
one.
right behind them. That's so fire.
I was gonna get the Rockies one today.
I like the Rockies one from their All-Star game. Remember that, Cap?
Yes, I do actually. Their Avalanche one, looking one too. The Mountain one was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you know what I was thinking too? Because I always forget like Judge fucking went off last year, but like I can tell you one thing. I'm wondering if they're gonna like kind of stay away from him going forward now because of the stolen bases and because of Ohtani's pitching. I feel like he's at a little bit of a disadvantage now. If like Julio's gonna come in and Ohtani,
They definitely are. They spoke about it in the World Baseball Classic, saying that his last 2 years, and last year specifically, were the least amount of stolen bases he's ever had, if I'm not mistaken. But I remember them talking about it, that he wants to like preserve himself.
The
He keeps getting hurt.
The Padres are plus 120 to win the NL West. That might be some free money. The Dodgers
I
are
just
still
like
the
that.
betting favorite for whatever reason.
I don't know why, dude. I'm so not high on the Dodgers this year at all.
It's
think
just
they're
that
actually
like
not
it's just
too bad at all.
Dodgers shit, bro. It's just like I don't fuck.
So if you
Dodgers
put
shit.
$100 on that, you win $1,200. That's what you're saying?
No, if you put how much,
$100.
you get like 240.
Oh, I thought it was fucking.
Cause plus 100 just means that you're doubling your bet. Like you're just doubling the money. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Wait,
like for the
what were the
Padres to be
odds?
plus 120.
Oh, I thought you said 1,200. I'm sorry.
No,
No.
1200 is the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't fuck with those guys.
Giants.
No,
Not even Aaron Judge.
because you're right, Devontae. Because if you think about it, even if Judge hits like 290 and I don't think he's hitting 60 home runs again. But even if he hits like 50, like
Hell no.
you're talking about like another guy. If he hits 45 and has 40 stolen bases, that's like so big in comparison now. Like I almost
Putting
think
in
they
a
might
bet
just go
for
back to
the-
Ohtani's pitching. Cause
You think he's
I
gonna
think
steal more bases? He's been stealing more bases over the last couple of years.
Do you want my honest
Putting-
opinion? And I hate to say this, I actually think Judge is going to get hurt this year.
Judge?
Yeah, I think he's actually due to get.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I don't mean that in like I love Judge too. He's one of my favorite players, but I just think he's so
Me too.
fucking due.
Fuck the Yankees.
He's
like
he's just
7
due
foot.
for an injury.
No, he's so big, bro. He's just due for something to go wrong. Look at
Well,
Stanton.
who are your MVPs, Wolf?
Julio and Trey.
Julio and Trey.
Fire.
Jesus.
I like that.
Yeah, that's fine. I hope Julio just goes the fuck off. Like I'm here for
Same.
it. I'm here for like a
I need a
Julio
Julio
40-40.
jersey.
Bro, I ordered one. It's like 2 months. Like it was like special delivery because I got the navy blue. I got the navy one this time. Fire.
I want to get the old school one that has the M.
The cream. Oh yeah.
That shit is
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. All right. So
Make me think of King Felix.
with that being said, who's your guys' World Series matchups? If you had to predict it right now.
The Red Sox versus the Padres.
I think it's gonna be.
Damn.
I
So if
don't
you
know.
did
The
the
Red
Red
Sox are gonna be the underdog.
If you did the Red Sox and the Padres,
How I see the Red Sox and the Padres is the same way I saw the Red Sox versus the Cardinals in 13. Cardinals was
damn,
fucking
$10
stacked that year. That
$10
was
would win
nice.
you 1800.
There you go.
Sheesh.
How you do that? How you do that?
You just go to Fanduel and you go to like league winners, and then you put in American League Red Sox, and then you put National League Padres, and it's just a ridiculous bet because it's like plus 18,000 odds.
I like that. Yeah,
Yo,
you never know.
yo, Wolf, who
I
you
might
have?
just come out on the Bleacher Report.
I think, dude, I don't see how the Padres can't make it to the World Series this year. They're like, if they don't, I mean, I honestly think maybe Houston might not make it because of their pitching. But then I try to think about who the hell else in the entire league would make it. I don't know, man. I think it actually might be Toronto. Like, just trying to throw out something different. Because I don't think the Yankees are going to have enough. Houston, I just don't know if they can do it back-to-back. So that leaves Toronto for me. So I think Toronto versus the Padres.
I got Toronto and the Mets. I feel this
cool.
this is screaming a year where the Mets get to the World Series and lose.
I think we're going to lose.
Not again.
I think we're not even. I mean, we're going to get to
Not
the playoffs.
again.
Bro, I feel like in the Cohen era, like I feel like he's gonna get like overly desperate and like absolutely buy a World Series at some point. Like I think he's just gonna like I think it's gonna take like this year the Mets go to the World Series and lose, and he's just gonna go out and just fucking buy Shohei Ohtani and just piss everybody off.
I could see that. Do you want my honest prediction as a Met fan? I actually think we're going to be like at least 8 games worse than last year.
Well, I mean, you guys won 100 games, so that'd still be
Dude,
92.
I know, but I'm saying
or
like
93.
I don't think we're going to be better than last year. Like I think
And we're not gonna have
significantly worse, but I think we are worse than last year.
So who you got, Chris?
The Braves versus Seattle.
Not bad. I like that.
The Braves versus the. If the Mariners go to the World Series, well, you said it. You said the Mariners were gonna win.
I'd love it. That'd be great.
Braves versus Mariners.
You know how crazy it would be that the Mariners are the best team in baseball when they host their All-Star game?
And they're gonna beat
That'd be so fucking crazy.
That's
They're
plus
gonna beat-
5,000 odds.
they're gonna beat the Dodgers, and they're gonna beat the Dodgers, and they're gonna beat the Astros to get there.
The Dodgers and the Astros?
I'm mad lost right now. How's that possible?
I think I got
Who?
lost here
Huh?
too.
Who's
would-
gonna
Huh?
beat the fucking? You said
The Braves are gonna beat the Dodgers to get to the
Okay.
World Series,
Okay.
and Seattle's gonna beat the Astros to get to the World
Oh.
Series.
You just said Seattle and Atlanta for the World Series.
No, he's saying
Yeah,
what
what I mean.
those two teams who they would play to get
Oh,
to
okay,
the
okay.
World
I
Series.
thought
Yeah,
you
yeah, no,
said-
I'm saying
Oh, I thought you said one of
Yes.
those teams were gonna beat both of those teams. I was like, but
Yeah.
no. I'm saying that. No, I'm saying that. Yeah, they're gonna. This is gonna be the start of the downfall of the Astros and the Dodgers. That's what I'm gonna call. We're not
That's
gonna see
fair.
them in the World Series for the next 12 years.
like I know I do it a lot, but like I've just been sitting here on fucking Bleacher Reference, bro. Like Manny Machado deserves every fucking dollar that he's getting, like in both of these
course.
contracts that he got from the Padres, because
He's a
like.
fucking monster.
Bro, last year he played 150. Year before that he played 153. Year before that he played all 60. Year before that 156. Year before that 162. Before that 156, 157, 162 again. Like,
if he can play the whole year, he'll play the whole year.
bro,
It's just that they'll tell him, like,
four
bro, you need to
fucking four top 5 MVP finishes. His glove is fucking elite. He's hitting 30 home runs, 100 RBIs. Like,
You could put him anywhere in the infield. That's the best
Anywhere.
thing about him.
like always just like it's just consistent. Like the lowest you'll see his average get is 256, and that's
Was
just
he ever in the
it's
outfield?
nuts.
No, right?
No, just third and short. But
At
I don't know
first.
that this guy deserves like way more props than he
Wait for
gets,
a
and
second,
I'll
yeah.
scream it off the rooftops. I will scream it off the rooftops and say that, bro. I hope he gets an MVP. Like I don't think it'll be this year. I just
Same.
hope he gets one or a ring. But this guy, he's changed. Like he's now a leader. He like
Of course.
he fucked up Dustin
From a villain to a
Pedroia, but like
superhero.
yeah.
You usually become a superhero to villain. But he did it.
Yeah,
though.
it's like sometimes you see yourself
Like
live
Bryce.
long enough to be the hero.
I like that.
That's a good comparison
about to
to
drop
Bryce
that too.
Harper, yeah, because no one liked that guy. Everyone hated him. That's why
I
I hated it, bro.
always
I
liked
had
it.
to,
I
I had
loved
to.
it.
You
I
know
loved
me.
it.
I had to defend him against everybody,
know.
bro. That was
I
fucking
love
ass.
Bryce
That was
Harper.
so ass.
Always.
And then he just went to the fucking Phillies. Fucking Philly, bro.
And almost got the Marine.
Almost, but not quite. They ain't winning one. I'm telling you, they're not winning one. All right, and with that, it's like nah. Nah, I say we bet on the home run leader. Who do we got?
That's hard.
I don't see anybody in the AL. Like maybe if Judge isn't healthy, Jordan, I think maybe would take it in the AL. The NL.
Kyle
That's
Tucker.
hard.
Psych.
I like Kyle Tucker.
I do too. He was one of my thoughts for the MVP, but I just don't know if he has just enough.
I think Jose Ramirez is gonna be.
Damn, that's what I was gonna say. Jose.
I forgot. I wanted to say it earlier and I kept forgetting.
I'm going with Jose too.
I picked Pete Alonso.
Pete
I
Alonso.
like Pete Alonso.
Who was-
That's good for the National League.
He's just fat and healthy.
Yeah, you know what? I'm picking Pete too, actually, because the only other guy in the NL that beat him last year was Schwarber, and I definitely don't think Schwarber's hitting 46 home runs
Oh
this
my
year.
gosh, Schwarber went on such a fucking run last year.
Bro, I wanna pick Jordan Alvarez, but like he doesn't stay healthy through the whole year ever. But if he did, bro, I could see him breaking the home run record. That's how much fucking raw power Jordan has.
Absolutely.
Dude,
Dude,
he
you know what's
was in
crazy
running for
too?
MVP and he played half the fucking season.
Yo, word. That's fucking facts. That's facts.
Man, I can't even believe there's any
Yo, he's
negative
young.
Judge talk.
He's not even in his prime yet. That's the crazy thing about like Jordan Alvarez.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I think they should just make him a first baseman. To be honest, just save him. Don't put him in the outfield. Put him at first.
Bro, they just keep trying to put him in the outfield. I'm just like, bro, why?
To be honest,
But now they got old man Brantley, and I think Brantley's going to be the DH because he's old.
probably is.
He didn't play last year. He was injured, I think, all year.
Yeah.
This is going to be amazing. Like, we got so much going into this season. I think there's a lot of drama. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of good, spicy teams. I think it's going to be fun. We're going to get a lot of highlights. This pitch clock is going to do a lot of fucking things for the game. But overall, we're going to cover every single fucking week of this shit from start to finish. And this is going to be the first time we're doing so because we started last podcast, I think, trade deadline, I want to say. Or, like, it was right before the All-Star break. It was one of the two. We started in July or August. It was one of those days. But this time, we're going to be going from day one all the way to the end. So it's going to be good. We're hopefully going to have some podcasts at some stadiums. So, there's a lot to look forward to. We can't wait. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, take your clothes off while you're watching, sell your soul to the Build Different podcast. But we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.